Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. Forest 1, Liverpool 1. Ended up being a mad game of football. It was another one of those where the Reds concede first and you could say, should they be more on it? Should they be sharper? Should they be more defensively resilient, in better shape? I kind of thought from the early stages of the season we were going to cut out a lot of that, but the last, I want to say maybe since Man City, so since the start of December, it's been a little bit of complacency, a little bit of similarity to last season. Liverpool has been creeping in, and the goal that they conceded was an archetypal last season Liverpool goal where we're just not quite combative enough in the middle of the pitch. A couple of nice, relatively simple looking passes and good movements, and we've been sliced through and we're a goal down, and you can't quite figure out how. You know, we were dominating the game, we were looking positive, we were getting shots off short about not, actually testing the goalkeeper, but it was all going Liverpool's way, and then all of a sudden they're a goal down, and it's like, oh, right, okay, we're fine, let's dust ourselves down and keep going. And it's at that point where you remember that this is not the Nottingham Forest of recent seasons where they're going to be fighting relegation, so you know that they might crumble or whatever. This is a very well-drilled Nottingham Forest team. This is a team that's got, now certainly, because we equalised, the same defensive record as us in the league this season. They've now moved up to second in the league above Arsenal, obviously with Arsenal yet to play this midweek. So this is a good Nottingham Forest team. It was not going to be plain sailing. It was going to be a scrap. It was going to be a fight, and we were going to need to really dig deep. And so as much as I'm disappointed that we don't go and win, because there's a little part of me that can't help but go, it's Nottingham Forest, you should be beating Nottingham Forest, and we want to throw hyperbole on these games. And I said this pre-game, if we draw this, I can make a good case for why it's a good point or whatever, and I think I'm kind of doing that. It wasn't do or die, it wasn't all or nothing, but if Arsenal pick up points, if Arsenal beat Spurs tomorrow. If Arsenal close the gap, then we'll be annoyed that we've started to kind of be a little bit less clinical, a little bit less deadly, and those draws will start to feel more defeat-like. But as it is, I'm feeling a general sense of positivity because we weren't good enough. We weren't creating enough chances. A lot of decisions were off. Diaz has a great one where Szoboszlai, and he holds the ball up and he's got to play. It's a Gakpo he's got to play in, and he just holds on too long, and then María puts into a great defensive shift. The thing that's most telling in terms of how Liverpool got better in the game is María was man of the match for probably 65, 70 minutes, and then it was Matt Sells, and that was the difference of Liverpool being a team that were being kept at bay, were being stopped from actually, having a real good go at the game, to we'd gotten past them, we breached the defence, and their goalkeeper was keeping them in it all of a sudden. And, Ola Aina clears one off the line as well in amongst that. He had a really good game. Then their back four, I thought their back four and goalkeeper were absolutely excellent. And again, that's what they're based on. That's what their system's based on. They're hard to beat. They're hard to break down. They're not going to score loads of goals to do it. And I think there's a point, it was like 7 hours of football since they conceded a goal. Well, we did that. At least we ended that run. Just sadly, we couldn't do it again because it felt like this could have been one of those games where it goes up 7 minutes of additional time. We're on top, and you think we had more, sort of definitive chances in the final 7 minutes of normal time. Let's do that again. And yeah, they did. They played the game impeccably. Forest. They took time out. Players went down. Goal kicks. That's what you should do. I've seen vintage Liverpool sides do that. So I'm not bitter about it. That's the game plan for them. And you can see it from their fans in the ground celebrating it. They should be, because Forest are on a crest of a wave. They're having the season of most of the Nottingham Forest fans, I guess, in that stadium's lives at this point. They're where they are on merit, and that's why you've got to kind of factor that in when you're thinking about Liverpool's performance. We've got quality there, and I know it's hard to unpick transfers because it's the transfer window, and people might go, well, this is a sign that Liverpool need to go into the transfer market. I think it shows me that we've got good squad depth. The big question mark for me is Chiesa considered? Do we want him? Does Slot want him? And is there more to come from him? Because this felt like a game where you maybe could have got him or maybe got Elliott. But look, we took a big swing. We got ourselves back into the game, and we, on another day, without goal line clearances and fabulous saves, maybe we take all 3 points there. Hopefully it ends up being a good point in the long run of things. I don't think you'd say a season where you lose 4 points to Nottingham Forest, even if they are really good, is one of those things. But also every manager kind of has their bogey club, don't they? Man City, every season, even when they're brilliant, have one or two teams that you go, oh wow, they just seem to have their number. Hopefully, if it's only Forest that have our number this season in the league, then we'll probably win the league. But we do need to start winning some more football games, pretty sharpish. Now, I feel reasonably confident that will happen. So far, so good as far as everything's going. There's not a football club in the league that wouldn't swap positions with us, worth remembering. And we have got a fully fit squad to choose from. There's lads who can go more. I want to see more from Kaiser. I want to see more from Elliott. Jota being back, let's get him back in the number 9 and start some more games of football with him, because we're much more of a goal-scoring threat. And let's get back to rotating Diaz and Gakpo and using that squad depth to the best of our ability. Yeah, so frustrating. But if we'd been as poo in the second half as we were in the first half, I'd be really annoyed by this. But actually, Liverpool did really, really well, and ultimately just couldn't quite get it over the line. And sometimes you've got to give credit to the opposition. So yeah, annoying credits to Forest. I'd like them to go away prior to this. Now I want Forest to be brilliant. Take points of everyone else, Nottingham Forest. I'd love you to finish second. That'd be magic, as long as it's, second to us. Thanks so much for checking out. I'm putting some new content up on my channel, Maych TV. I've got a vlog behind the scenes of Redmen and all the things I'm doing with my life. So if you remotely care about seeing what I do other than this, head over to Maych TV and check that video out. That'd be much, much appreciated. And other than that, yeah, up the still, top of the table, Reds.